next speaker, Billy Grubbs II.
Let's go. Fire it up. So how's it work? Just point it, go boop, boop. It's not doing nothing. All right, let's get to it. Everything's no problem. All right, you guys, my name is Billy Grubbs. I am super, super excited to be here real quick. Oh, man, right now, I'm sorry, I said real quick. Right now, man, it's been an amazing day, right? Yes, no, I can't hear you. It's been an amazing day, right? Yes, y'all been getting value out the day? Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Let me see if this works now. Boop. Maybe I got to get closer. It's not going. You going to be the person that hits it, like tap? All right, I just say boop. All right, you guys. So in getting prepared for this, I didn't really know what to do, to be honest with you guys. Like I got, Carlton sends out the topic and everything like that, lets us know this is what you're going to be speaking on and everything like that. And it's not like my first rodeo. I've been doing this for over 10 years. My friends, we've been doing this for a while and everything like that. The speakers were killing it today. And I'm like, man, how am I going to deliver about forgiveness, inner peace? Like, how should I tailor the message? You know what I mean? And when in doing that, the first thing that popped up for me was just like, I don't even know. I'm just going to put it in God's hands, let him figure it out, click it 2 times. All right. And so in that, I was like, all right, let me go ahead and look it up real quick. Let me look up what the theme of the conference is going to be about, the summit's going to be about. And I came to like Mark 5, verse 1 through 20, the man among the tombs. And that's like the theme of the conference, correct? Or the summit, right? Yeah, I'm gonna need a little bit more enthusiasm. I know y'all just ate. I know the food is settling. I know y'all sitting there like, I don't know, the itis might hit me. I might get off the stage and kick your chair or something like that. All right? Right? So that's the theme of the summit, correct? So the cool thing about this verse right here that like landed for me the most as I read it and I looked into it and was doing my research, it was like the man among the tombs was bound in chains. He was stuck in darkness. And then the second part that really hit me was the idea that like there are so many men that are hiding. They're hiding in fear. They're hiding behind their excuses. They're hiding behind so many different things that are holding them back in life. And when that hit me, it was like, man, I think I'm onto something right now, but I still got to figure out what I'm going to say. And in all moments, God shows up, right? So I'm going to get real personal. We family, right? I can break out all my business. I can go there. I got permission. That's what I'm talking about. So last week, and I put this in the men's group. I put this in, sent it to a couple friends and whatnot, got some support. Was talking to my physical therapist right there about it last week. So last week, when I was thinking about what I was going to talk about, I was like, man, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. God just decided to put someone in my life to show up at a random time. And we talked about it a little bit earlier. One of the speakers talked about emotionally regulating yourself, correct? So I feel like everybody has that person in their life that's their vice. That one person that can like trigger you, take you from 0 to 1,000. But typically, what do you have to do? You have to emotionally regulate yourself before you see them, correct? So that you can be in a good position, good posture. You're feeling good. I can treat you right. So that person is my mom. It's my mom. She's probably the hardest spot for me when it comes to just my life, who she was. Found out some things about her when I was a child. She's the reason that my parents got divorced. She cheated on my dad, all kinds of things. And one thing my dad always did was he followed the code. He never once talked bad about my mom. He kept it to himself because he said that I want you boys, me and my brother, to create whatever relationship that we're supposed to have with her based on what she chooses to do in our lives, despite what happened with them. So he followed the code. It's like, I don't want to influence you because I don't want you to ever sit there and say, you got that from me. And I will always respect him for that. And so my mom comes to town last week or 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to link up with you. We'll go talk. I'm going to go see you first, see how I'm feeling about you. And then I'm going to go ahead and we might set something up later on. I'm going to check the waters out because I don't know why you're in Frisco, but you're in Frisco, and I'm going to come see you. You didn't want to stay with me. That's weird because you always say you want to come see me. Whatever. And now I'm like, in my mind, chalking things up, right? So long story short, I go out there, see her. It's cool. Next day, I tell my lady, like, hey, my mom's in town. We're going to go see her. And, like, we're going to make it happen, right? We're going to go to dinner. So we go to dinner. Everything's cool, everything's fine. I'm like, you know what, this was a good visit. Damn good visit, this is a real good visit. We rocking out. Next day, I get a text message around 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. Hey, Bill, she calls me Bill. Hey, Bill, this is your mom. I'm about to get on the road, brother, head out. Okay, you just drive safe, let me know when you get home. You good? Cool. So later on that day, I'm busy working on some stuff. My phone's like on do not disturb off to the side. I get five missed calls. And then you know with iPhones now, you can kind of see what it says when someone's leaving a message. Billy, I'm in McKinney and I've gotten into a car accident. First thought, what the F are you doing in McKinney? You left 6 hours ago. Why are you still here? So I'm like, all right, jump in the whip. Let's go find out what's going on. I'm at the McKinney police station. Come pick me up. Cool. I go out there, go do the deal. And right when I pull up, the first thing I pull up, I'm like, are you okay? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, I look over this stuff. I'm like, is this all your stuff from your car? And she was like, yeah. I was like, where's your car at? And she goes, they took it to the dump or to the yard or whatever. I was like, was it that bad? And she goes, yeah, my car, he T-boned me. I spun around, then he hit the passenger side. I'm like, why are you still here? And so I'm going in on her. Like, I'm mad that she's still in the area. You should be back in Memphis. I have no idea why you're still in Texas. So long story short, we go to the hospital, and you know, my sister told me, she goes, she refused medical attention. She needs to go to the hospital. You want me to take her to the hospital? Anytime you go to the hospital, it's at least a 4-hour wait, right? You're going to be there 4 hours, period. Go there. She has a broken toe. The medical assistant's talking to her. He's letting her know, like, hey, this is how you use crutches. She's not getting it. I'm like, what? It's just crutches. You know, you compensate with the other foot, and she's not getting it. To the point, the attendant's like, just give her some time. And I'm checking myself, like, all right, cool, whatever. We got to go. I got to go home. You know, we leave, go to her car, try to get some stuff. And I'm like, why are you outside of the car? I'm trying to help you out, but you're near me, and you're crushed. You don't move fast. Go back to the car. I'm just irritated. So she goes back to the car, does her thing, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And when I get in the car after taking some pictures for my sister, I get in, and she's sobbing. Not like she's like, oh. The car looked bad. I wish I should have put some pictures up of it, but the car was like, it's bad. And I turned around and said, why are you crying? Just sharp, why are you crying? She's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, don't say sorry. You're fine, you're alive, we're about to go, you're good. So we leave, and the next day my sister flies in from Memphis to come get her. They're about to go do the deal. Long story short, we get her all situated, she leaves. It hits me after she leaves, why was I so mean? Like, not just kind of mean. And as I'm sitting there talking, I'm talking to my stepmom, I'm talking to my friends, I'm like, I just don't get why I was so mean. I'm not that mean to my worst enemies. People who have wronged me, I'm not that mean to. And I'm talking to my stepmom, trying to get too emotional about it, but she was like, talking to me, she's like, this is, kind of how your mom is. My dad passed away in 2021, so I couldn't ask him, talking to my stepmom. And she's just giving me some tidbits about, like, how the woman is and whatnot. And then she goes, I'm not a therapist, but I'm going to say something to you and see if it lands. I'm like, all right, cool. She goes, I think what happened is when you saw your mom and you weren't really ready to see her, everything you truly feel about her came up. So the caveat, to know me is to know that I've done a lot of work on myself. Not a little bit of work, a lot of work. Every single one of the workshops that Terrell just brought up, I've been to every single one of them. Had massive breakthroughs, had amazing breakthrough with my father that created a whole new relationship with us that I am so blessed to have had before he passed away. Tried to do the same with my mom, didn't really land, but I was like, okay, whatever. Went on a vacation with her that I had qualified for. We had this amazing talk. My mentor in the middle of the conversation, or the middle of the vacation, was like, you know what? I don't really see you engaging with your mom. I was like, because I have this resentment towards her. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna teach something. And he was like, you don't get to be in your mom's life and be mad about who she is if you choose her. You can't choose her and then be mad about who she is. In that moment, I was like, if I choose her, that means I gotta accept who she is. Cool, I choose her. Let some stuff go. Fast forward again, now we're back to the accident. I thought I was good. So for me to be that mad, it doesn't make sense to me. Then I'm talking to my stepmom, and she says something crucial to me. She goes, Billy, I think something else is going to come up for you too. And I was like, what is it? She's like, I believe what was really going on was you feel bad about the way you treated me and your dad growing up. And I was like, man, based on some of her lies, I was mean to y'all. Because the story was, I want your dad back, but he keeps getting married to other people and he won't give me another chance. But my dad, why won't you take mom back? Why? Son, you don't understand. So when I found out the truth, it reshaped my feeling and who I was and how I viewed women. You lie, you cheat, and you're using me. And so in that, when I'm talking to my stepmom, I'm bawling in the car. This is just a week and a half ago. I'm like, man, this is crazy. I thought I was through all of this. And she's like, Billy, you have to forgive yourself. Get on the phone, talking to my therapist. Men get a therapist, men get a therapist, men get a therapist. She goes, Billy, it's a little deeper than that. What you're feeling is shame. Because after I had that epiphany with my mom, for 2 days, I felt sluggish, I felt heavy, I felt guilt. This is not how I act. This is not who I am. We do all these workshops. We speak on stages around the world. I've changed lives and I'm treating this woman like, what is wrong with me? I'm beating myself up. Just tearing myself down. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. This tells me that the work that I've been doing hasn't been sitting. I'm being rude to people that this doesn't make any sense. So my therapist is like, what are you speaking about this coming up week? And I was like, forgiveness and freedom. She goes, look at God. I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, think about what you're about to speak on and what just happened. And I was like, bruh, I think I know what I'm gonna talk about the first thing I say when I get up there. And I like, man, because the forgiveness that I have to have with myself starts with the level of inner grace that I have to have. So I have to give myself grace in this moment that I'm not perfect and I'm still working through things. I still have, click. I still have tombs that I'm living with right now. I'm still living with things that I don't know about right now, and they're inside of me. And just because they show up at a random time because something triggers them, I got to be okay with that. I'm not perfect, and I have opportunity to give myself grace and work through forgiveness, because at the end of the day, forgiveness a lot of times isn't for them. It's for me. It's for me. But the crazy part is, if I choose not to take on what is showing up for me, guess what happens? I make excuses for my actions. My actions and that feeling grows. And before you know it, I'm taking it out on other people. I'm taking that overflow out on my friends. I start secluding myself. I start wondering why I can't have relationships the way that I want to have relationships. And I wonder and the crazy part about it is, this is how the universe works, this is how God works in your life, is sometimes the thing that you keep trying to avoid, you become or you attract. So I've been avoiding this woman and all of the things that have been happening in my life, and I'm attracting women that are like her. I'm becoming resentful, like I'm stepping out on women because I can't figure out the type of person I want to be with. I don't trust them, so I don't trust you, and at some point you're going to leave me because everybody leaves me, so I'm going to go ahead and start getting ready, prepped with the next woman. So when this ends, hey, boo. I'm right back in it. And then I repeat the cycle, and then I get so upset with myself that I start shaming myself because I'm not worthy of a good relationship. I'm not worthy of having the things that I witnessed, because when my dad finally met my current stepmom, I saw what a healthy relationship looked like. I saw what it looked like for two adults to talk through their problems versus one's mad, one's crying, or vice versa, and it's just toxic. I'm really getting an opportunity to see what it looks like for a woman to support her man. They're arguing, and she's like, I don't want to argue with you. I just want to support you. What? Y'all do that? You like love on dudes like that? Like you're his safe space? Dang, that'd be dope to have. I want something like that. But I'm not focused on what's at the bottom and what's stirring up for me, and I'm attracting the opposite of that. And then if I'm not healed and I'm not good, how can I foster a healthy relationship too? And then the cycle again, beat myself up, beat myself up, beat myself up. And it doesn't feel good. Beep. So let's think about what inner grace is. Take a moment, read what those definitions are. Inner grace is right there, then forgiveness is right under it. The ability to remain kind to yourself and others even when faced with failure or hurt. And then with forgiveness, not excusing wrongdoing, but releasing the emotional weight that holds you back. That's what it feels like. This emotional weight that's holding me back. Those 2 days that I felt very depressed and couldn't move, the emotional weight of my actions was holding me down and making me feel a certain type of way, making me feel like I'm not good enough, I'm a mean person, everything that I do doesn't work, and I'm back in my cycle. I'm back in my ish again. Beep. Forgiveness is not something we do for others, like I said, a lot of times for ourselves, right? Next slide. So, little caveat about myself, grew up in a military household. My dad was a major in the Army, so everything was by the book. And for a long time, I thought he was the meanest man in the world. But like what was said earlier, parents aren't given a manual. They're not given a handbook. This is how to be the best dad and how to treat your kids. And this was the opposite because my parents got divorced. I went with my dad. That was unheard of. And so we do the deal. He's doing the thing, and that's my younger brother right there. My mom is the middle picture, second down, at one of my birthdays. We're doing the deal. Dad's from Oklahoma. Next slide. And then he gets to graduate. I get older. That's my stepmom. It's my mom over there hugging her before I knew actually what she had did, so I had a lot of love for her. I was able to give her a hug without thinking twice about it. And then, as always, when you get to that point, I'm a hard ass. No, excuse my language. I'm hard-headed, but at the same time, I know I got to get a job. Next slide. Graduate school. So after some years, I was able to get a job with the federal government. That was the first building that I worked at, tried to get a job, pay the bills. But my mindset was just trash. All I knew was when you're in that mindset, you work all week and you get ready for what day? Yeah, because next slide, you know what we doing on Friday, baby. You know what I'm talking about? We hanging out. You know what I mean? Eating good, passed out on my desk, don't care. My coworker took that picture. I was like, dang, you really got me, huh? We ain't supposed to have phones in this building. I'm a snitch. But we live for the weekend. We live to go on trips and stuff like that. You couldn't tell me nothing. I got bottles turned up. We getting it in, right? Hanging out with some of my best friends we were in D.C. D.C. You got to remember, I'm from Washington State. When I moved out to D.C. in 2008, good old Chocolate City. Boy, talk about culture shock. I was like, wait, you talking about we can go like an hour down the road and it's not like a PWI homecoming. This is like a family reunion homecoming. He's like, everybody gonna be there. I like, you mean like everybody? He like, everybody. Boy, you couldn't tell me nothing. You would have thought I went to school there too. All the good things. Bad habits, basically using women, drinking, partying, and then just having these vices and stuff like that. Next slide. Good quote right here. Because I really had this idea of what it was to be a man. Like, your strengths are, holding grudges, carrying yourself a certain type of way, mistakes, hold my mistakes in battles that I go through, like scars, like battle wounds. Yeah, I went through some relationships, man. Yeah, I cheat. I do all this stuff. It's cool. I'm acting like the things that are cool that are not cool, and I don't know what to do with myself. I'm just living life. Next slide. And then you get an opportunity to meet the people that you want, because I really feel that when we want to change in our life, I'm a firm believer. Anything you pray for is given to you. The drinking and everything was too much. It was getting excessive. I wasn't living the fruitful life that I wanted to. I wanted something different. And then all of a sudden, I meet my mentor. He starts teaching me about value, worth, and he's reminding me what it looks like to be a successful man. A man who's willing to take the leap of faith and do changes in his life that are going to make him look funny to his friends, People will turn their back on him. But at the end of the day, he was like, I want more for myself, my family, and what's possible. And in that mindset alone, I was like, that's what I want too. Because you got to think about it. Let's have an honest moment right now. The partying gets old. Chasing tail after a while just gets old. Doing all the things that we did before just gets old. And it actually makes you tired. So like right now, if I would say, hey, CY, hey, dog, next Friday, you trying to go out, kick it, dog? He'd be like, how late we going to be out? What time we going? You know? But here goes. But if I ask QB, he can be like, let me take a nap first. Just playing. But at the end of the day, you start thinking about the things that you're doing and how they're not serving you like it was said earlier, right? When things aren't serving you, want to do different. When I talked to Quentin when I'm in his office getting stretched and stuff like that because I had a shoulder injury, we talk about what we're doing. I'll be like, yeah, I was home by like 9 o'clock, dog. I'm back at the crib, ready to go to sleep, tired. Because the idea of staying out late is also about like, I don't want to put myself in situations that are going to cause me to do what I used to do. Because I know my vices. When I start getting weak in the mindset and everything else, and I'm taking my business real quick, when the stuff happened to my mom, and I was in my depressed 2 days, I wanted to do some things. I wanted to drink. I wanted to go out. And when I go out, I'm a firm believer, I only know how to act one way. You just know who you are. I know who I am. I'm going to act one way. It's literally you letting the dog off the leash. And I know that about myself. And I'm fighting it. And so I'm like, if I'm going to stay home, maybe I can, check some of them sites out. Start diving into things that don't serve me. Now I'm thinking about porn. My vices. I'm thinking about sexualizing women. I'm thinking about how I can escape. I need an escape. I need an adrenaline rush. But the crazy part about it is I'm self-aware that if I do that, the moment I'm done, I still feel the same. Exactly. Man, I just made up this whole excuse to go slide and get this girl, did that, and I still feel empty. When I go to try to fill the void doesn't get filled. So what? Fight it, BG. Just stay home and get real with yourself. Next slide. Stepping into my calling and understanding these are the things that make me happy. Being in strong communities, being in men's groups, being in things. When I first moved to Dallas 2.5 years ago, I remember I was starting to get at CY about like, hey, man, where can we go kick it? And he's like, there's some places and stuff. And then he was like, but do you want to do that? I was like, I don't know, man. I want to get to the city. I want to get known around here, kind of get with the bros and stuff like that. He was like, I ain't going to hold you, dog. I'm not really on that type of time no more. And I was like, but it's me. Hang out. But the coolest thing, when I started getting open up and realized that I had a confidant, I had a good friend, I started telling him, dog, I want some change. I want to do different things. And it's crazy when you start pulling those things outside of you, you start getting in alignment with what you truly do want, God puts the right people in your life. So now this man's in my life for a reason. And he's like, you kept saying you want to get in a men's group. You know what? Stephen Crawford just started a men's group. Word? Yeah, bro, I'm going to add you into it right now. We're doing book club, everything. We meet once a week. We talk. I think it's going to be good for you. Oh, yeah, BG, guess what? I got a new church. I know you said you were looking for a church home. Pull up. Where's it at? It's in Plano. That's like an hour away. So what? Cool. Let's go. What you want wants you to. It's looking for you. Everything you're praying for is literally being put right in front of you. You just have to be in a position to see it, honor, and do something about it. Because guess what? If you don't, it's going to keep being put in front of you, keep being put in front of you until you do something about it or you change your want. But if you keep asking for it, you keep praying for it, and then if you put a committed heart behind it, it's a wrap. It's literally going to be like a big bow right in front of you, like, boom. Well, it looks a little different. Well, yeah, it's not going to be exactly the way that what you want, but that's what you asked for. You asked to be put in a position of success. You asked for more money. You asked for more anything. You asked for the perfect relationship. He's going to put you in positions to get exactly what it is you want. It's not a test. He's giving you what you want. What choice are you going to make? Next slide. So when it comes to forgiveness and you're stepping into who it is that you want to be and all the things that you're growing to, like there's some myths and truths of forgiveness. Like many people struggle with forgiveness because the misconceptions. They think, again, a lot of people get stuck in the idea that forgiveness is about, I need you to say out loud, I'm sorry. I need you to tell me that you're sorry for what you did to me. You hurt my feelings. You know what? It's all on you. It's all on you. It's you. I'm pointing all of those out. I'm not taking responsibility for what I can take care of. Next slide. You can tap it again. You know, the first myth is like, it takes time to forgive. They always, like, it takes time to forgive. No, change happens literally in an instant. You can make a decision right now to change your life, and it will happen. You have to have a committed heart behind it, and it's just ain't nothing but action after that. You've done it a million times. You have a 100% success rate for getting through everything that you've gone through in your life so far. Literally, you have a 100% success rate. Did you get some battle wounds? Yeah. Some scars? Yeah. You in it. That's what it looks like. Next slide. Number 2, here we go. Tap it again real quick. Tap it 2 more times. There it goes, right there. Boom. Isaiah 43. Chapter 43, verse 18 through 19. Forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing new thing. Now it springs up, do you not perceive? And so it's talking about, or do you not perceive it? Forgiveness is a decision to move forward. You have to make a decision that how I feel is no longer okay. How I feel about my mom is no longer okay. I don't want to treat that woman like that because the thing about it, she's 73 years old, and if that was the last time I saw her, it would kill me. If that was the last time I saw her, what if her and my sister left and they got into an accident again? I'm left with the feeling of that was our last interaction. And that broke me. And I don't ever want to leave this earth knowing that, like, I didn't honor that mother and father. I didn't clear that relationship in some aspect. That I didn't decide to be like, you know what? I choose forgiveness. And when I talk to my therapist, I talk to my stepmom, they're like, you need to have a conversation with your mom. Because she needs to know how you feel. But the crazy thing about it is, Billy, you can't have any attachment to her response. Thank you. You can't have any attachment of an expectation for her to respond a certain way. This is for me. Me saying this, now you know how I feel. Now you know where it came from. And now that you know, I can step back and whatever you choose to say, it's whatever. You might live in the stories of what you've made up for yourself to our relationship. You may feel a certain type of way. Cool. But I get to step away knowing I'm good. I finally let her know why I'm upset, why I'm hurt. Now, if she chooses to say sorry to me, she knows exactly where the sorry needs to come from so that, like, I can positively receive it or be like, okay, thank you for that. I mean, I didn't need it, but cool. But I need the release. I need to have that level of forgiveness because I don't want that to go, I don't want that anger to fall into my future wife, to my future kids. I don't want that one day she catch me on the wrong day because I'm attracting who I really am or what I'm hiding. Like I said earlier, I'm attracting what I'm hiding. And all of a sudden she does something and whoop, she's like, who are you? Where did that come from? Why is that much aggression in you right now? Because I didn't do what I needed to do, forgive myself and let go. So you guys got to think about it. Are you holding on to something God is trying to release from you? That situation happened because he knew I need to release it. It wasn't by happenstance. I've been praying for better, to do better, to believe better, and move different. And that incident happened. So what is God telling me? It's time to do different. I want you to release that. That's what that looks like. Next slide. Myth number 2, hit it again. A person must want to forgive. Sometimes we don't feel ready to forgive, but we choose to because it frees us, not the other person. It's not about, if I want a better, I got to get over myself. I got to get over myself. I got to cross the finish line of forgiveness to get what I really need. I need to forgive so I can free myself. It's bigger than anything because if I say I want a wife, I say I want kids, I need to get rid of whatever weight is in the way of me having a prosperous, growing relationship. Does that make sense? Are we tracking? Next slide. Hit it again. You can't forgive until you hit rock bottom. That is a myth. You do not have to hit rock bottom before it's time to forgive. Some people literally wait till they have nothing or they've been beat up so bad before they decide it's time to be like, let me clean it up. Taro, I think I'm ready to say sorry, bro. Why'd I have to wait until everything was destroyed before now I want to have a come to Jesus moment? I don't have to wait till rock bottom. I don't have to lose my future family. I don't have to do so much that my kids hate me later before I'm ready to do something different. Next slide. Tap it. No, wait, hold on. There it goes. Boom, boom. Yeah. So what is it? Back. There it goes. There it goes. You stay right there. So what does it look like forgiving others? You don't got to do anything. We got to acknowledge the pain. So what happened to me last week when I was on the phone with my therapist, I had to acknowledge I had to sit with myself and be like, I'm mad. I ain't kind of mad. I'm big mad. Like I almost cussed at my mom. Like I don't disrespect my parents. I can cuss around them, but I don't cuss at them. Like it's just, the respect aspect. I didn't see my mom. I just saw another ninja on the street. And when I was asked like how I felt, I had this physical, emotional breakdown. I don't like her. I don't like her. That's my mom. I love her, but I don't like her. She pulls the worst out of me. And when I had that moment with my therapist, she was like, you have to let that go. And she goes, I've been talking to you for 4 months. I've never seen you get that mad. But when she poked at the bear, she poked at the topic, she's like, boom, boom, poked at my heart. Boom, boom. I don't like her. Who else do you feel like that towards? Keep saying it. I don't like her. I don't like her. I don't like myself. I don't like him. I don't trust him. I don't trust him to make the right decision. I don't trust him to get me out of a situation. That's why everything that I love, I lose. Everything I try so hard to, I get tested and I lose it. But the truth is, there's no evidence to prove that. I'm destroying myself because of an incident and this one moment, I'm now blanketing it over everything. That's the spiral. That by itself, in the past, has taken me out for over a year. Telling myself, I'm not good enough. What's the point? It's going to fall apart anyway. But now when I can acknowledge the pain and she pulled it out of me, it's like, man, I got to work on that. That's the hot spot. Now I got to shift my perspective. This is one moment. It's not my whole life. I have to give myself grace. It's just one moment in time. It's not everything, Billy. Stand up. Get up. This is not your whole existence, right? Make a decision to release it. I am committed to flying out to Memphis and having a conversation with my mom. I am convicted to fly out there and have a conversation with her. Why? Because I don't like who that man is when he's that way. And I don't want that to ever accidentally go to my future wife, my kids' future relationships. I don't want that side of me to be my reality. Does it make sense? Because I feel like we all have a side that we don't know about, and then if that trigger taps, and you're like, why? Why am I just so mad? And it's because I'm not forgiving myself. I'm not acknowledging it. I'm not shifting my perspective. I'm sitting in it instead of releasing it, and then I got to create boundaries around it. Me creating boundaries is like, how long can you actually be around her? What does that look like? Well, you know what? I think I can get to a point where we're around each other. Say she moves back or something. I see her once a week or something. But the idea of like something ever happened and she needs to live with, I can't do that. It's a boundary. You can't come over and just let me know you're coming over. Because I know I have to mentally prepare myself. It's not even about preparing myself for war. It's like, because she's not a mean person. It's like, I just need to come from a 10 to a 3. I know she's coming. She'll be here for a couple of hours or she's going to stay for a weekend. I'm okay with that. But the unexpected can cause a different result. So while I'm healing that, I need to set clear, intentional boundaries with myself so that I can support her in her healing of our relationship and we can move forward. Or, like my mentor said, if I'm going to be mad, I need to let her go. Because she doesn't deserve for me to pretend like I'm choosing her and I'm that way towards her. And I'm using my mom as the example, but for some of you, it's a sibling, it's your significant other, it's your mom or your dad. It's that friend that you still have around and they wronged you and you can't let it go. So you have to understand, like, we have this saying, like in all the workshops that we do, it's like, you may not know my full experience, but you know my feeling. And what I'm only responsible for was said earlier, I already talked about it. I'm not responsible for how anyone takes anything that I bring to them. I am only solely responsible for how I say it. I'm only responsible for my part in how I say something. I'm not responsible for how they take it. So it's my due diligence to be clear, come from love, and say what needs to be said. If in my conversation I'm not coming from love, there is a potential of another side of me coming up that I'm not proud of, and then I am the cause of that next result. And I have to take responsibility. Next slide. So when forgiving yourself, you need to recognize we're human. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be perfect all the time. It's a process. But I get to rewrite my story. I get to rewrite my story. Everybody that spoke today, at one point in time in their story, you heard about a rewrite at some point. A decision was made, and I'm going to rewrite the future of how I treat my future, how I treat how I was raised, how I was treated when I grew up, who I'm going to be now. We get to rewrite all of that. You're never stuck in who you used to be. You get to make a choice right now to make a change and difference, right? Come on, y'all. That's why we're here. We're here to make a difference, touch, move, and inspire each other so we realize that who we are bound by now, what we're bound by now, doesn't have to go to our future. What's holding us back now doesn't have to be our story later on. So get out of your ish because you are responsible for your life and how you choose to move forward. And if you choose to keep saying that same story, I have no sympathy for you because you're repeating it over and over. I can't keep doing the women I say that I love wrong and then be mad like I don't know why it's my mom's fault. No, at this point, it's my fault. How I get to, I'm born with how their decisions, I get to die with mine. Correct? That's what that looks like. So I have to let go and I have to practice daily self-care. That's why I'm currently reading a book called Attached about the attachment styles. Because I want to know how I show up. I'm anxious avoidant. It's like, I want you in my life, but I don't really want you in my life. If you confront me about something, I might kind of, Why? Because it's this outlook of myself at times that I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. And how that shows up in conversations and things that I do, I'm very resolute. I can handle business, do what I need to do. That's in business. But you get me into the personal side, a little different. And that's the side I'm with most of the days, right? Next slide. Hit one more time. And 2 more times. 3s. In closing, 2 Corinthians 5:17. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has passed away. Behold, the new has come. God doesn't want to change our situation. He wants to transform us. I don't want to change. I don't need to change the past. The past is what it is. I get to transform who I am in this moment. The past made me who I am. I'm an amazing person in so many different aspects of my life because of my experiences. To wipe those away is to wipe me away. I get to honor that for what it was, forgive myself, have some grace, and understand that forgiveness, grace, and healing are part of the new creation. If I don't sit in what real grace looks like, giving myself grace, I can't forgive myself. I got to give myself grace and realize I had no control of in some aspects. I get to do better. I get to be better. I get to step in what that looks like. So I'm leaving you with this one question. Today, you have a choice. Will you stay among the tombs or will you step into freedom? For the longest time, people will be like, Billy, what's your why? What's your why? Like, why do you do what you do? And I had a hard time understanding what a why was. Because people sometimes you ask them what their goals are. Have any of y'all ever heard someone's goals? You get kind of daunting. It's kind of daunting when they're like, well, what's your goals? You're like, my goals ain't like yours. I just want to get a new car. You talking about taking over the world. Or it's like, now I'm judging myself, right? I'm beating myself up versus just understanding one thing. Your goals are your goals, my goals are my goals. So what's your why? What motivates you? What's going to be the driving factor? What's going to be the push? I was just sitting there like, it's not money, man. Money, I've had the money. I bought a house I had built from the ground up. I've had successful businesses. I dated the bad chick. What? I've conquered the conqueror. What is your why? What's going to motivate you to stand up for yourself and do something that which you've never really done before? It's going to keep you going daily. Like when you think about this, when your alarm goes up at 5 a.m., I'm a 5 a.m. guy. Wake up at 5 a.m., I got to be at the gym by 6:30. Oh, I'm up. Let's go. Not think twice. My word was freedom. I want to be free. What's your why? My why is me. Because I am a man of service. I will do anything and everything to make sure you're good, you're good, you're good. But when it comes to me, I always put myself last in some aspects. When it comes to me, it's weird, man, because like it doesn't land for me just right. But when I rewrote the idea of if I'm good, you're good. If I'm good, I can be a better service to you. If I'm good, I show up powerfully. If my mom is my why, I'm going to sleep in. If my dad is my why, I'll go hard, but it's going to have like an asterisk next to it. But when I take care of me, do what I'm supposed to do, move how I'm supposed to move, create the wealth, create all the things, I don't like doing nothing alone. I want all my people there. When I win, we all win. That's how I'm wired. That's me. I'm talking for myself. When I'm good, you're going to be good too. You're going to be good too. We're going to have fun. But that's how I'm built. I'm a man of service. I love seeing people win. I love training. I love doing things that are going to change people's lives. So if I do the most that I can to make sure that I'm good, my future family is going to be good. They're going to have generational wealth, generational abundance, and it's going to be some real, I call them forever moments, like forever moments that we get to have. That's the goal. That's my goal. So my why has to be me. It has to be freedom because the freer I am, the freer we get to do things. So that's what it looks like. So when we think about what will I do, I don't want to be in the tombs anymore. Last week was a wake-up call for your boy. The work's not over yet. And that's so, and This is grace. That's okay. Terrell, it's okay. Is it okay? Steve, is it okay? Mark, is it okay? Because sometimes men, all we need to hear is it's okay. And when I dropped in Steve's chat last week, when I said what happened, because I needed to vent instead of holding it in and fall into my vices, I dropped it in the chat. He liked it. He said something. CY said something. A couple other men said something. In my other men's group, I dropped it in. Another man was like, I'm going through the same thing, bro, and I needed to hear that. And then a couple of them were like, bro, it's going to be okay. Man, that's what felt good. That let me know that I'm not alone. And I'm here to tell y'all not alone. Being alone is a choice. And I choose not to be alone, so I chose to drop it in Steve's group. A community he's built. This other community. And I'm not alone. And that made me feel like I'm the richest man in the world. I didn't go to my vices, y'all. You know? So that's my time. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, CY. Thank you, all you men, in your shares, man. We got it. We still rocking and roll. Let's get it.